What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Conquer Athlete podcast. Jay and I's intros are... We don't have Tyler, so
Top
nobody
notch.
knows who's going to do the intro.
We might have the best intro in the game.
No.
Do you know why our intro is the best, Ryan? Because it's not something scripted that
It's not
we've rehearsed
scripted.
1,000 times. It's not.
It's true.
Everyone has script. Everyone has scripts. We have zero scripts. I don't even know the fucking questions until you ask them.
I don't even know the questions till I ask him.
Yeah, so we have zero script. You know, we're like Pacino and De Niro, just free balling back in the 80s
Yeah, when they were cool.
when they were cool. They're not cool anymore. I don't care what people say.
No, De
They're
Niro
not.
sucks.
No,
De Niro's terrible.
Pacino sucks too.
Yeah, I don't
They
even...
also,
Yeah. They...
you know.
Once Casino... I don't know. I'm a diehard Casino fan.
Okay,
Not like actual casinos, but the movie Casino.
the movie Casino. Yeah.
That was peak. Like...
What's your favorite scene in
peak.
it?
I can't even say there's like a particular scene that I'm like, oh, I'm about this scene. I just like the
I know what it
vibe
is.
of it.
You're about the Sharon Stone scene on the couch.
Dude,
With
Sharon
Joe
Stone was
Pesci.
a fox.
Joe Pesci and Sharon Stone on the couch. You know what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go to that scene.
Nobody listening to this podcast knows who Sharon Stone is.
That was one of the greatest scenes ever with Joe
Actually,
Pesci on the couch.
D may know Sharon Stone.
Yeah, but you think D watches Casino?
Dude, I don't know, man. Grandmas they can be kind of gangsters.
Yeah, but they're watching like
Gone
you
with
know.
the Wind.
Yeah. yeah. You know, things like that.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
it's not, Joe Pesci unzipping his pants with Sharon Stone. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but who am I to judge?
That we can't judge. We can't judge. All right, but what's your favorite scene in Casino?
No, dude, it's more about it's the energy of it. It's the vibe. Those old school gangster movies that I don't know. There's like an aura to it where like you almost feel dirty watching them because they're just gonna like fuck people up,
Yeah.
and like it's like glamorizing. That's not even a word, but like
Yeah, it is.
glamorizing being a criminal and the criminal entity. And I'm here for that. There was a period of my life where I was like, that sounds cool as shit. I want
You want to
do
be a gangster.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be the Irish kid that they adopted and brought in.
Yeah, but I'm not. cut out.
Goodfellas. You want to be Goodfellas. You want to relive
I've
Goodfellas.
never seen Goodfellas.
What?
Yeah,
What?
dude. I know. I say all of that. And there are some really, really common movies, like, in people's top 10s that for some reason I just can't dedicate I've never seen Scarface. There's just something about it that I'm like, I don't know.
I might have to we might have to cancel this show and restart it. Like, you've never seen Scarface
No, dude.
or Goodfellas?
No. How about, no, I don't think I've seen Goodfellas. What was the one with Travolta and...
Hey, we can't talk about gangsters and then you mentioned Travolta.
No. It was Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah. Bro, what is this movie? God.
I think the only good Travolta movie was Face Off. You ever seen Face Off?
I have seen Face.
Okay. That was great.
God, what is this movie called?
Samuel L. Jackson.
It's so common.
It doesn't matter the
Pulp
scene.
Fiction.
Wow, we are not intelligent. That was one of the greatest movies ever. That was a great movie. Okay, I
Never
take
seen
my
it. Never seen it.
I take my comment back. Travolta was great in Pulp Fiction. Samuel L. Jackson, no matter the character, the scene, the movie, has one acting style.
Yeah.
It's the same thing every single time.
Whatever. But isn't that that's like Morgan Freeman?
Not Denzel. Denzel's a stud. You name any movie he's in, he acts different. And it's fucking great.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. Yeah, I'm not arguing Denzel's not great. What's the movie where he was selling drugs in New York?
American Gangster.
Not Training Day. American Gangster.
He's awesome.
Bro, so good.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
good.
Training Day was phenomenal.
Yep, Training Day was great.
You know that whole scene, when he gets gunned down at the end was all like ad-libbed.
Yeah.
I love
Was
that.
it really?
I love it. Yeah, I love it to hear stories like that.
That's pretty legit. That's when
Yeah.
you're just a gangster and you are in the zone with the character. Right?
Yeah.
You are that person. That's Heath Ledger when he was the Joker,
Greatest Joker of
and
all time.
people
Great.
like he was like legit crazy.
Yeah. Greatest Joker of all time. That to me, that is almost one of my favorite movies of all time. Like that Batman. Like there's
It's
so
so
much.
good.
Dude, it's almost like if you watch it and you like listen to like what the Joker's trying to do, you're almost like, damn, this dude's right. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You're like, wow, like the way he goes about it, like even Bane, right? The way him and Bane go about it, you're like, that's kind of effed up. But what they're talking about, you're like, I'm not too
There's some
off.
truth in this.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not too off what they're trying to get at right now. You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
The scene where he's like hanging out the window of the police car and just like, dude, his face, I don't know, it's so good. I don't know,
Dude,
where
the
they go
hot,
to the like tribunal courts. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, that's what we
yeah,
need to get back to.
I know. And the hospital scene where the
So
Joker just
good.
blows up the hospital. Yeah, like what?
So we are not advocating
No, we're not
for
advocating that.
any of that.
But I'm saying like his like that was ad lib too. Like
That's wild.
the mechanism, the bomb, whatever, didn't go off when it was supposed to. So like the way he all acted around it was just they just rolled with it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
I know Jim, I don't remember the actual name of the guy that he was trying to portray, but I know Jim Carrey
You
did.
talking about Heath Ledger's Joker or Jim Carrey's?
No. I'm talking about Jim Carrey. No, sorry, totally different. I
Okay.
want to say Jim Carrey he made a movie, I want to say about another comedian.
Andy Warhol?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy
Yeah,
Kaufman. Yeah.
Kaufman. And he like supposedly just went so deep and so dark trying to like be that person. It's wild. I don't think I could do that. It takes a special type of person to
like
be
the
able to go
method
that
actor,
dark.
yeah,
Yeah.
the method stuff, yeah, that's intense. That's like the dude who played Batman. What's his name? American Psycho, Batman, that guy.
God, I can see his. Who played American Psycho? Stina. No.
No,
God, American History X, also another great movie.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, he's a method actor.
Dude, some of his.
Yeah,
Have you ever
he
seen
gets
The Machinist?
No, but he got weird in that.
He got real weird. He got real weird and real skinny.
When's the last time you watched American Psycho?
When's the last time I watched American Psycho? It's probably been a couple of years.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's great.
Well, I mean, you didn't see Pulp Fiction, you didn't see Scarface. I don't know. I feel like that's a legit question to ask you.
You don't have to get judgy about it. Fuck. There's only so much time in the day, Jay.
You know, Zone 2 cardio. Throw a movie on.
Dude, I get it. Yeah,
You
there's
know?
people, God, they're going to harass us. They'll be like, you can't do Zone 2 right watching a movie.
Yeah, I'm still in 2. My heart rate's so fucking low. I can read the fucking Bible doing Zone 2. Like, sorry, I'm fit. What was I gonna say? I binge the shit out of shows on my morning cardio some days.
Well, yeah, for sure. What are you watching now?
I just got done with a few series that were really good. I was upset that I finished them. Obviously, The Boys. I'm a huge fan of The Boys.
Yeah, you're all about The Boys.
Oh, because it's so like out of this world insane, you know? I'm actually watching Shrinking on Apple TV.
Never heard of it.
It's fucking good. It's good, man. Yeah, I don't know. I watch a bunch of stuff. I will not watch Love Island. I will not watch Love Island. My wife Jocelyn is pushing hard to watch Love Island, and I'm like, I can't watch Love Island.
I feel like Joss is probably into like Love on the Spectrum.
Enjoys it, but she doesn't watch it.
Okay.
But stuff like Love Island, like you know, my daughter's watching it. Joss is into it. Joss like, you should watch it with us. It could be like, you know, we hang out at night and watch Love Island. And I'm like, listen, we've been together for like 25 years. Like, I'm not watching Love Island to be next to you. You know, it's like I can't bring myself. But Love Island is a talk of the world, man. It's like
maybe in somebody's world, definitely not my world.
Every high school, college girl we have in here training is talking about Love Island.
Never heard of it. Never seen it.
Ask Christina if she ever heard Love Island.
Dude, Christina's not even into that. Dude,
ask her.
Vaguely.
Oh, I thought she'd be like, oh my God, I love it.
No, this is why I married her. She's not into that. Dude, she watches like, I mean, she doesn't watch anything. Yeah, she's into Yellowstone and
Does she watch Dutton? Does she watch Friends? Ugh. Does she watch Dutton Ranch?
Or she watches The Office. Yeah, she watches all of them.
You know what you need to do? You need a BR on your shed, Bucentini Ranch.
I need a ranch first. I live in suburbia hell.
Oh my God. Are we going to talk about fitness?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So shout out Tudor punching
Yeah,
his
yeah.
ticket.
Yeah.
Hell
Punch
yeah.
ticket. Punch ticket.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about is athletes with quick turnarounds, right? Who, maybe underperformed, or maybe just, something didn't go their way and competed real high level, quick turnaround, week or two less, right? Like that's kind of the cycle of the season that we're in right now.
Mhm.
And like managing that headspace, kind of zapping them out of whatever happened the last week or the last competition to get them primed, prepped, ready to go. That could be, what is training going to look like? What is the recovery focus? What is the conversation around, getting their head straight and forgetting about what happened? What does that all look like? Especially for Tudor, because like that dude is like compete, compete, compete.
That's a challenge, man. As a coach, to me, that's one of the hardest things to do because it involves more of the headspace realm in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And if the person is coming off a situation where they bombed, right, or quit, or mentally just weren't in it, or physically just felt like they weren't compatible, like that can get very hard because now you're not just fighting fatigue and you're not fighting the turnaround time, you're fighting doubt, you're fighting fear, right? You're fighting like that what if scenarios that creep in a lot. To me, the athletes that do the best with a quick turnaround are the athletes that are ability to turn the page really quickly. And I've worked with athletes, and I'm not going to say who, but I've worked with athletes who have a really hard time turning the page. And the time span between the two events is just a mental nightmare. It's just a lot of like calls, worries, frustrations, fears, self-doubt about being able to compete. And some of them kind of go into the next competition already self-sabotaged. And then some of them are able to kind of turn around once they compete, and the mind is it's an amazing vessel that can kill you or bring you to the light. And, there's so many people who talk about mindset and mind control. And when I say mind control, I just mean like, mental performance. And that is something that it is just absolutely layered to me. It's never like a 1 + 1 = 2. There's so many layers to building a strong competitive mindset that takes so long. Like you can dive into childhood and sports growing up and competition settings growing up and time and under competing. Like there's so much stuff to it. And it's extremely, for lack of a better word, hard as a coach to get people to be on the right side of that. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of habit forming. But like circling back to what you talked about, athletes that are in that quick turnaround, the huge thing is fatigue management. If it's like a 2-week turnaround, which is, I think Tudor had a 2-week from Legends to NorCal, or maybe it was like 2.5 weeks, which is
Yeah.
essentially 2 weeks of the taper.
Yeah.
The first week is just fatigue management. Like thankfully he came out of Legends and he wasn't beat up, he wasn't smoked, but we still had to manage some fatigue mentally and physically, and a lot of mental fatigue because he really wanted to go into Legends because he was competing against Sprague and he was competing against, what was that, Legends. Anyways, sorry that I can't think of the name, but he wanted the podium. He wanted to qualify in that environment, right? He
Yeah.
he wanted to show the world where he was, and he could have. He just had that one event where he took 19th, and that messed with his head. He's strong though, like he won the next couple workouts, or top 5 the next couple workouts. But coming out of that, we were battling that mindset. We were battling that workout, that event, him not hitting his goal. So it was like, okay, well, now we're going to NorCal and we got to let the body recover so you can perform at your best, and we got to be ready to go mentally, right? So those are the two biggest things when you're working with athletes on a quick turnaround. It's physical recovery and it's mental recovery. And it's make sure each are in a good spot, and how you go about it for every person is different. Some people, you might have to bring the intensity up, drop the volume. Some people may have to go a little bit moderate-ish volume, but lower intensity. Some people need a little blend, depending on what that turnaround's like, what the competition's like. Cause like, he went into NorCal, and yeah, you could argue that the field, you can't argue, it's facts, right? The field wasn't as deep as Legends, but the workouts were more brutal. Like they had 7 workouts versus 4 workouts and gnarly workouts, and everything was outside in the heat. right? Handstand walks, people were burning their hands on the ground. Like, there's a lot more variables there. And he rolled his ankle. So there was like 3 or 4 days where we couldn't really put pressure on his foot going into NorCal. So that added another level of stress, right? Like, damn, I gotta be able to do this. If there's a run, can I run? Like, I'm gonna be running on grass. It's gonna be uneven. What's gonna happen with my ankle on a run? Like, there's a lot more things that go into it. And a lot of it is just like prep work, talking to him about controlling the variables, controlling what he can control, not worrying about what he can't control. And, trying to keep in mind that we still have the online qualifier, so I know I'm kind of vomiting at the mouth right now, but I think the biggest I guess I'm vomiting at the mouth because there's no definitive answer of this is how it has to be done, this is what
Yeah.
you need to do. It's just like training. You have to think about what's the most important principles that apply to where I need to get to, right? And it's fatigue management, and understanding that fatigue management is from the neurological system and the metabolic system. And we have to make sure that both are in the right place to compete. So if their body's smashed, you got to recover that. If they're super stressed out, then you got to control what you can control from a programming and life standpoint to not keep piling more stress on them to where all of a sudden they're just like, the brain's like, fuck this, right? And it
Mhm.
goes into allostasis mode. So, well, I mean, you're always in allostasis mode, but the levels of that's what I'm looking for, but how you respond, right, is differing depending upon the chronic and acute stress levels. But you just have to keep in mind those two things and then adjust based around who the person is and what they need for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely take a similar approach. I treat everything like, at least from a coaching perspective,
Mhm.
of how do, how do I need to reframe this with the time that I have, right? So if the competitive season comes to an end, right, whether that's the games, whether that's semifinals, whether that's quarterfinals, my conversation is going to be a little bit different. It's not that it's going to be negative, but I'm going to focus more on the negative aspect of things. And when I say negative, it's not like, hey, you did really bad, or, you didn't perform the way we thought we were going to perform. It's, hey, well, like, what didn't go well? What sort of trends are we seeing so we can start coming up with a game plan? If they're still in the hunt and they're just in between competitions, that reframing is going to look a little bit different. I'm going to spend more time having conversations around what went well, leading with what went well, to kind of zap them out of where they're at,
Mhm.
and problem solving the things that maybe didn't go to plan. And in my head, I'm asking myself, is this a capacity issue, or is this a execution issue? Like, did we just screw something up? Like, something didn't go to plan, something we've done a million reps of that, we didn't account for some compounding fatigue from something else, and the game plan kind of exploded. So that was like more of an execution, more of than, hey, we can't move that fast, or we can't lift that heavy, or whatever. Like, those are different problems. And
Mhm.
helping athletes see that, I think is a big important thing, right? Like, that was 11:24 this weekend. They should have punched their ticket.
Mhm.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
confident in that. It wasn't a capacity issue. They had multiple top 5 finishes, right? So clearly the capacity is there. Now what needs to get refined is the execution, and it was literally one workout, one movement that dropped them dropped them back. So now we know we need to have conversation around that. Like, what was the issue with that? Was it exposure? Was it being the last workout with a couple point difference and there was, stress around that? Was it whatever? Um, so
Yeah. And it was a handstand walk on the course, right?
it was the ramp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it was a ramp.
Mm.
So yeah, like, a lot of the conversation, especially with Tyler, was around that, and knowing that now they're heading to the online qualifier, which is actually really good for them, right? Like, those workouts, not that they couldn't hang at Syndicate, like, I mean, they were top 5, so they can clearly move like heavy loads, and like, that was a pretty heavy semifinal. And
Yeah.
then the online qualifier is not that, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
definitely more kind of like gas pedal workouts, a lot of volume. We're definitely going to see where the lungs are at in this one
Are
and
those, are
who's
those workouts out already?
yeah, they came out the other day. So we're going to see the athletes who've really put in the volume. Like some of them are like long, but I actually think that bodes really well for them, especially coming off of Syndicate that like nervous system wise was a pretty good shock
Yeah.
to the system. So a lot of this is now, okay, whatever happened doesn't matter. This is what we're now presented with, and we need to refocus, reprioritize, and come up with the strategy that's going to get us through this one.
Yeah. Now, this is this weekend, right?
Yeah, so super fast turnaround.
That's
You're
a
coming off
fast turnaround.
Syndicate, right? So that's kind of what
That's fast.
led me to
Yeah.
this question of like, cool, like I have no time. Like
None.
there's
No,
no
it's,
time. So we're literally not doing anything
yeah.
other than the mental side of, hey, we're more than likely there's going to be residual fatigue. So we have to think about the long-term plan of this of like, okay, like what's the possibility of repeats going to look like? And we're super press dominant in these workouts. Like these workouts, like there's so much overhead in the online qualifier. So we have to think about, like localized fatigue and what that's realistically going to look like. But I was like, Ty, we're not doing anything
Yeah.
in
What,
between the two.
what coaches and athletes have to understand is that when it's a turnaround like this 1 week, you can do more wrong than good. If you
100%.
if you get back into training, because you got to think, if you're going through the stress of a competition, obviously you have the stress of the workouts, then you have the stress of trying to qualify, you have the stress of being around a team all weekend. There's lots
Travel,
of
food.
there's so many things. That's going to take your body at a minimum 3-4 days of full optimal recovery.
Yeah.
So if you just jack training back onto the system on Monday or Tuesday, you run a higher risk of putting your athletes in a poor position to do well come game day, right? And that's what people have to keep in mind is if there's a chance to do more harm than good, then you gotta play it safe because you need people feeling well. And to me, that's that final 10% of being a great coach that a lot of people kind of have a hard time getting through because the athletes want to train. The athlete's gonna feel that feeling of not doing anything and fitness dropping and strength dropping and performance dropping. And like, I get it. I mean, we're all athletes. We've all been there where it's like when you don't achieve a goal and you have one more chance coming up, like you think you need to keep pushing and keep training, right? And the coach being able to talk them off the ledge and to keep them intelligent so they can train and not train, but compete at a high level. That's that final 10% of being a great coach that people, and that's the art of communication. That's the art of understanding humans and who the person is in front of you and then what they need. Because every athlete is going to want to train. Every athlete is going to want to push and do more. And it's how can you get the person to buy and understand the negative impacts of that, but still have them ready to go and primed, ready to go for the weekend coming up.
Yeah, it's not even knowing that's what you need to do. I feel like, or I hope that's pretty common knowledge that you wouldn't train in that super, super small window. The art of that is getting your athlete to buy into that and not walking on the floor come event one and being like, I'm at a deficit. Right. Like
Right.
keeping them hyped enough to
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, no, I'm ready. I'm primed. Like I did the right things, knowing that the right thing was rest.
Yeah. And
That's an art. That's
that's
an
the art.
art.
That's the art. Right. That's the art for sure.
100%.
They feeling
Yeah.
ready to
So
go?
we'll see.
Are
Yeah,
they feeling
dude.
ready to go?
They feel real good about these workouts. I mean, they're nasty.
Trying to pull them up.
There's some good strategy in it. There's one that's a 20-minute AMRAP of, moderately heavy dumbbell snatches, toes to bar, and double unders that I think is really going to smoke some people. People are really I think you're going to see some teams really fall apart there. So for them, it's not damage. It's not damage control by any means. It's strategy around the toes to bar and
Yeah.
how they break that out and how they're working athletes in and out, at least in the towards the end, which I think every team realistically is going to have to deal with. But between between Tyler and one of the girls, we've got a good strategy of how we're going to rotate them out. She moves that heavy dumbbell a lot easier than Tyler does. Tyler definitely has the edge on the toes to bar, so a lot of it's going to be how fluently they can kind of flip in and out. But everything else, that burpee workout is
The burpee shuttle run.
God,
I remember that one for 2022.
terrible, nasty. So that one's just going to be, be smart on the front end.
There's no heavy stuff.
No, that's what's, dude, crazy. Well, I mean, no heavy stuff, but you definitely have some
max clean.
some
Yeah,
good
heavy.
power endurance stuff that I think it's a 10-minute AMRAP of clean and jerks, either 8 or 10, whatever it is.
Yeah, 9 thrusters, 6 muscle ups, 15 thrusters. Is that a repeat workout too?
I don't think so.
From 2022? No.
Super excited about the barbell. They have a legit chance to win that, real good chance at winning that. Whatever. I don't want to give all their strategy away, but
yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. So
yeah, okay.
It's going to be a good weekend. I think it's going to be really, really good for them. Nobody on the team is beat up. Everybody feels really fresh after Syndicate, and I feel like they have a little chip on their shoulder where they know they should have qualified, and now they're going to really come in and try to make a statement.
Yeah. How many teams make it in the online?
I believe 7.
Whew. Okay. Yeah,
so it's deep. They should have, realistically, they should have made online 3 and given the rest of the spots to Syndicate with how deep that field was.
I bet.
Syndicate was deep. So, I mean, whatever. It's all good. I'm sure, now we'll have some of the UK teams in there too.
Absolutely.
That'll definitely represent. So that'll bring a good new challenge, but they're sitting pretty, and there's nothing in here. There was definitely, clearly that last workout at Syndicate, they knew they were going to have to play a little bit of damage control with. There's nothing in this one that they're
yeah, they can just have at it.
Yeah.
Take out the bathrobes, let the wieners hang and perform.
That could be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
all right. Well, guys, thank you for joining the show. As always, check out the Conquer Athlete Instagram handle to get more coaching and athlete information, as well as the Conquer Athlete website. If you're a coach out there looking to elevate your coaching ability to set yourself apart, the next Conquer Athlete Coaching Development course is kicking off July 8th. So be sure to get us a call and get involved in that. And if you're an athlete out there and you want to make some good progress that's with a program that's built for you, where the coach meets you where you are, then get on a call and check out the Conquer Athlete Individual Design Programming track. Check out the Coach RX podcast channel run by Candace, and also check out Candace's Instagram and YouTube channel, where she pushes a lot of great information on marketing for coaches and marketing for online coaches. That was not scripted, even though it might have sounded scripted.
Zero script.
Did it sound scripted or did it sound stupid?
No, it sounded great. Speaking of buying a ranch, this is what Christina sends me in the middle of podcasting. 70 acres.
$350K.
Yeah. Right down the road. She's about it.
She's about it?
Yeah.
So $350K, and then you got to build a house on it.
No, dude. No, I'm building a range on it.
Range? Like a shooting range?
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
You can run tactical stuff out of there?
No.
No?
No, I just want to.
Just want your own range.
My own personal range. Yeah, I don't want to deal with anybody else.
Are you going to get cattle? Would you get cattle or just a range?
100%. Yeah, so you get a couple head of cattle, and then it's an ag exemption, tax-wise.
That can be dope. You should do it.
It'd be super dope.
Yeah.
My own little ranch.
Yeah.
CrossFit ranch. Yeah. Yeah, well, right. I'll just try to find a spare 350 sitting around.
Sitting around, right?
Yeah.
Guys, we need more people in the Conquer Athlete Coaching Development course. Ryan's got to buy land. Let's go. Get signed up. All right.
All right, guys.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next one.